Hi, hello, and welcome back to The High Method. My name is Jen Hatz. I am the host of the High Method podcast and also the founder of The High Method, a holistic, integrative, and innovative approach to assessing and optimizing human health, well-being, and performance. And I'm partnered with Neuroforce One, a human performance company that has been training champions for years. And they offer training and assessments in their facility as well as remote options available. And if you're seeing this right now, this is your sign to start taking creatine every single day. So creatine is a naturally occurring substance, actually. So it's a naturally occurring amino acid that you already make yourself. You make it in your liver and you primarily store it in your muscles. But it's a naturally occurring substance that you primarily use first as a form of energy. So cellular energy across the board, so that's across your brain and across your body, that you're using this substance for cellular energy. So if you think about that first, and it's used under all types of conditions, whether it is a high activity, high power, overall like stress maybe type of activity or not. It's always being utilized at all times. And it is, again, a naturally occurring substance that we also, not only do we make it, but we also get it from our foods, specifically other organisms, animals who also make it. They make it in their liver and they store it in their muscles. So when you eat different animal protein foods, you are gaining some of that creatine as essentially one of the nutrients that you're gaining from those animal protein foods. Now, here's something about creatine, though, is that despite the fact that we do, in fact, make it ourselves, and we continually regenerate it ourselves, and the fact that we do get it from the foods we eat, and that, it is present in this case naturally across these different areas, we also very highly benefit from supplementing. And this is so heavily researched. There is a mountain of research supporting the supplementation of creatine across the board for a number of different reasons. First, for supporting your performance, anything related to sprint, to strength, to power output, your performance is improved because of this creatine acting as this immediate energy substrate for you to utilize in these situations. So it's actually helping to promote and benefit your performance. And because of that, you also see an improvement in your lean body mass. You actually have a phenomenal improvement in not only your lean body mass, so being able to gain muscle mass, but also in your ability to maintain cellular hydration status because it's helping with water retention. So you actually get an added benefit of hydration being more optimized by this supplement. And on top of all that, as if everything about the performance and the body composition and the hydration, as if that all wasn't enough, it's also a phenomenal supplement for your brain health. In fact, creatine acts as a really powerful antioxidant, really across your brain and across your body, but it's specifically neuroprotective. So creatine is actually, and there's research right now that is showing specifically in rat populations, this is animal studies, where they're showing that the use of creatine can actually be protective against concussion, or at least the variety of symptoms and severity of different concussive symptoms and concussive events. That's a whole mouthful to say. So different situations where you may be, in this case, like exposed to a risk for concussion, having creatine supplementation prophylactically can actually help to prevent a more severe outcome from a concussive event that you may not be able to prevent. So in this case, if you want to put this in real life context, if you are engaged in any type of a sport where the potential for experiencing a concussion is a real factor at play, whatever type of a sport you're involved in, there's a risk of a concussion. This is your sign then to start taking creatine every single day, just because not only all the other benefits that I just explained, but the fact that it can also help act as a neuroprotective agent in this situation where you may not be able to fully prevent a concussive event, but you could help to protect your brain and the integrity of your brain so that way you have a less worse outcome, so that you're actually preparing yourself for a better outcome. And so in some of these animal studies, they show that it's not just prophylactic use of creatine. So in this case, taking creatine every single day just as part of your day-to-day routine, and that would act as like your prophylactic use. And then if and when there was any type of a situation that could have been a concussive event, any sort of a concussion or something that could be, even if it's not a diagnosed concussion, if there was anything that is even within the sphere of some sort of head injury or head trauma, anything related to that, then the use of really, you would increase the dosage of your creatine supplementation for that the post-injury recovery window. So if you're going through a recovery process for however many days or weeks, then you would increase the dosage of your creatine supplementation to help support your brain during this period of time when it is going through this higher rate of recovery and regeneration. And so this entire use of creatine now being used really therapeutically in this case to support your brain health is so far, like, it's monumental to me that this is like such it's a powerful supplement really, because of the variety of different areas that it can support. But on top of all of this, as if all of that wasn't enough, it is so completely safe for anyone, any age, any activity level. There's really no reason not to take it. So if that hasn't convinced you enough, then start taking it right now. And if you're wondering, probably the classic questions that come up about creatine supplementation is, first of all, whether or not you should load it. And no, you do not need to load. So loading would mean that you're taking anywhere from 20 to 25 grams, which could be anywhere from 4 to 5 times the normal dosage that you would like have this massive, basically mega dosing for a couple of days, maybe up to a full week before you taper down. You do not need to do that. You can start right away with the same dosage every single day, and that would be your quote unquote maintenance dose of 5 grams a day every single day. Just start right now. You don't need to change that dosage at all. Just take one. Most of the containers contain like a scoop that gives you 5 grams. So it's pretty easy. Just start taking it every single day. And I mean every single day. So the big thing, and also so with that loading, you don't need to cycle on and off. You can just continue to take it on and on and on. Just keep taking that maintenance dose and maintain the maintenance dose. Now, all that being said, that's under the assumption that what you have as a supplement is just the ingredient of creatine. It'll probably be called creatine monohydrate or something. It might be spelled differently depending on what kind of a manufacturer created it or something. They want to put their own spin on it. But if creatine is the primary ingredient, then everything I just said is exactly what you want to do. Here's the flip side of that. If you are taking a product that is, let's say, a pre-workout powder that has creatine in it, you don't treat that the same way that you would treat a creatine supplement. So if it's, like I said, so if creatine is in a pre-workout powder, or especially if it's, or like an energy drink or something where there's also stimulants in it, there's also some other combination of ingredients in it that are meant to have an effect on you, then do not follow the same advice of taking it every single day. Because in that case, you would be taking literally a pre-workout every single day, and you do not need to be doing that. Absolutely not. So instead, if anything, like put your focus on creatine as its own ingredient, its own supplement, and focus on that. And if there's a best time of day to take it, it would be after your workout with your post-workout hydration or protein shake. Just add that scoop into whatever it is that you're drinking anyway, and get it in after your workout. That way you have already nice blood flow moving through you. You can take advantage of that little spike in your growth hormone from the workout. So you get that nice blood flow straight to your muscles. So you're taking advantage of that little window of time to get the supplement in. But the emphasis being on taking the supplement every day. So even if it's not a workout day, still take it. Because after everything I just said, hopefully you're convinced enough that this is going to support your physical health and your mental health. Drop a comment below if you learned something new. And if there's any other questions that you have about this topic, please leave a comment with those questions. Otherwise, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue to spread the insight and spread the love. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.